What's shaking, guys? It's Tuesday, and we got hammered with snow today. They were forecasting for 2 to 4, then it went to 3 to 5, then it went down to 1 to 2, and we hit that trifecta. We got all those numbers put together. We ended up with about 10 today, and those are our parking spaces on the side of the street, which isn't normal for us. We got the ice festival going on here, so we got these ice sculptures here I was talking about the other day on the cinder blocks and on the stands. There's our city square. It's all full of those ice sculptures, and it's gonna be 35 today, or 32 today, and tomorrow it's supposed to be pushing 40. And Thursday it's supposed to be pushing 50. So this ought to be real nice. This snow hit us about 8 o'clock last night, and it dropped a couple inches and stopped, and it didn't start snowing again until about 3 o'clock this morning, and it dumped another 8 inches between 3 and 9. Excuse me. So this is what we're dealing with. I just about got my route done. I got, let's see, I got to do the shop and a couple other driveways. But other than that, I'm in pretty good shape. So if you guys watched my video the other day about changing the Power Stroke fuel filter, double check and triple check that thing seats all the way, because even though I couldn't get mine any tighter, it shit the gasket out of it this morning, and I blew half a tank of fuel out on the ground from my house to the shop, which is a 12-minute drive, and I got stranded on the side of the road because the fuel filter base wouldn't stay full. So I monkeyed with it enough to get it to dribble out instead of squirt out like a fire hose, and ran to the filling station and put 43.7 gallons in a 46-gallon tank. I got to the shop and I dug my other fuel filter out of the trash and cleaned it up. Luckily, there wasn't a bunch of garbage and stuff in there. It was just got thrown in a box in my dumpster, so cleaned it off and made sure there wasn't a bunch of trash on it. I hate like hell to do stuff like that, but I couldn't get that other fuel filter to stop leaking. So we put the old one back in it, and those have those square cut O-rings in them instead of the, I guess what I would call normal style tapered O-ring that goes in the top. So I guess beware on those. You think you got it in there perfect and it's as tight as it can go, and I couldn't get it any tighter. I had a hell of a time getting it off. It wasn't cross-threaded. Threaded right down on there beautiful until it was almost on there. So I'm going to look at it when I get back to the shop tonight or tomorrow and see what the hell's wrong with that other one. It's going back to auto parts, and they're going to hear a few choice words from me as soon as I find out it wasn't my fault. I'm pretty positive it wasn't my fault. I've changed 100 of those fuel filters and never had one leak yet. I've hand tightened them and never had them leak. Wasn't cracked, nothing. So I grabbed myself a McPicnic here, and I'll bring you guys back when I get to the shop. Okay, we're at the shop, and I know the camera's shaking. I haven't made it that far. I was through here once last night. I dropped the plow at 3 a.m. when I changed that fuel filter. So it's not too terrible, but let's see if we can get a big wad of it rolling in front of the plow here. You can see it starting to pile up, I think. It's warmed up significantly. What's it say? It's 30 right now. So yeah, 10 inches of snow on a 2 to 4 that was a 3 to 5 that might have been a 1 to 2 and turned into a count fuck your butt, and this is what we got. That sounds like I'm complaining. I am. I didn't go to sleep last night. And we had to plow Monday morning, and I was on Bumble till 1. I didn't go to bed Sunday night. I went right out and plowed and came back about 5 a.m. and slept till 11. So I've had 6 hours in 3 days. Had to get up early on Sunday morning and plow. Earlier than I wanted to. I stayed up too damn late, and it wasn't supposed to snow more than like half an inch, so I was just gonna salt. Of course, it snowed like 2 or 3 inches, whatever the hell it was. So this truck on a normal day will burn just over a quarter a tank of fuel, and that's about what I used today. Just under half. I plowed a bunch of extra stuff, and the snow was way deeper than a 2 to 3 inch snow would be. So I basically plowed, for all intents and purposes, about a day and a half in the let's see, I went out at 3 and it's 11. In the 8 hours I plowed, I probably plowed 12 or 14 hours worth of fuel out of this truck. That window is probably getting pretty loud. Not that it makes any difference because the audio's going to be goofed up anyway every time this thing vibrates. So anyway, I talked to the guys on Mumble. Thank you everybody for your camera input and your camera mount ideas. Whether they were websites where I could buy mounts or they were homemade ideas. I like both kinds. Still haven't found exactly what I want yet, but I've narrowed it down. I'm bidding on a camera on eBay, but it looks like it's going to go sky high, so I don't know that I'm going to pursue it much more. I'll check on it again later this afternoon. Auction ends Wednesday at some point. It might end late tonight. It was already up to like $280. Now the camera I'm bidding on is a $500 camera, and it has a bunch of extras with it. Lights and wide angle lens and I'm trying to think of what else is with it. Oh, external mic. Since the camera I'm looking for, I want an external mic feature on it. This one actually had it. It was a Canon camera with a mic, with lights, with wide angle lens. So the Canon wide angle lens is about, I think it's right at $200 for that camera. And the camera's a $500 camera to begin with, so let's say that's $700. And a mic, maybe $100. It's a Canon mic too. So everything was Canon on this camera outfit. So there's somewhere around $800-900 worth of camera equipment as new cost. So I usually figure I'll pay half for it, but I'm really not looking to pay $450 for a YouTube camera if I can help it. I do suspect, though, that the phone is going to start ringing this afternoon, and I'm going to be plowing driveways all night. This has been one of those winters where there's just so much snow packed down that people are just done with it. There are those who can do it and those who can't do it. So I got to get the phone. Speak of the devil. Talk to you in a minute. Alright, that was quick and easy. I thought I was going to get a driveway to plow. So, you guys that watch my videos and see my my work attire that I wear, it's got my business name on the back of it. Well, there's another business with a similar name about 3-4 counties over from where I live. And this guy must be the biggest dickhead in the world, because I get more pissed off people calling me looking for this dude. I don't know if he's got an unlisted phone number and mine's not, and they find mine, or what the hell the deal is, because they're always not very happy. It kind of makes you wonder what people are thinking when they contract with somebody, if you don't even know how the hell to get a hold of them. But anyway, that was some lady wanting to get her driveway plowed, lives right down the street from the dude or some shit, I don't know. I'm kind of tired, so parental guidance. So, not another driveway for me to plow. That was just a disgruntled customer of somebody else's, not mine. All my customers should be happy as a fucking clam right now, because they're all taken care of. One of my good buddies asked me if I could sub for him a little bit today, and I've already had my 8 hours, and I know I'm going to have to go back out and clean up tonight, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Running on fumes here. But he had a guy, mutual friend of ours, wife was having a baby today. She's been in labor, so the husband and his father both plow for my buddy, and they're both indisposed today, and this camera just doesn't want to stay straight. So he was kind of scrambling, plus we got way more snow than they said we were going to get, so everything is taking just 3 times as long. So we try and help each other out when we can, you know. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, sort of situation. Because you never know when you're going to need somebody's help. In fact, I called my buddy Scott this morning when I thought my truck was DOA. I was stranded on the side of the road, dicking with that fuel filter. I could barely make it into an intersection, and the plow trucks were coming down the road, and it was just bad news. So I was going to try and get him to drag me to the shop. I was only like 2 miles from the shop. Throw a tow strap on it, throw everything in neutral and tow it real slow. Transfer case, transmission, everything in neutral. Let's see if we can drag it to the shop. I've done that before. I don't like doing it, but sometimes you don't have much of a choice. I thought this morning was going to be one of those deals. I had diesel fuel all over my hands. It's all over my Carhartts. Everything smells like fucking diesel fuel in here. But at least I'm not pumping it on the ground at 5 gallons a minute, up like a fire hose out of the fuel filter, so that's a plus. That was a $200 fill up this morning. I blew 100 on the ground in 15 minutes coming to the shop. But I didn't have much of a choice. It was either that or not go to work today, and well, that wasn't an option. Andy still got the Duramax. They just got their transmission done in that Suburban, so I'll be bringing that back, but I didn't even have that for a backup option to come to the shop. Plus, it doesn't have any weight in it, so it would have been kind of miserable plowing this stuff with no weight. If I didn't have salt in the bed of this truck, I don't know what the hell I'd do. Big problem is the sun's out now and it's warm and this stuff is starting to get heavy. I gotta plow the Habitat Restore. I think I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna wait for it to get cold again and sort of ice back up so this stuff will stay together. I sure as hell ain't waiting for tomorrow afternoon to plow it, because this 10 inches of snow that's sitting on the 2 or 3 we had Sunday is going to be a compacted mess trying to get it pushed up. I mean, there's just no way. Trucks are not bulldozers. I've said it 1,000 times. Skid steer will push it, but I ain't dragging skid steer over there to do that. It's still going to be an hourly push. I had a lot of people ask me, you know, as the snow's getting deeper, do we charge more? And the answer is absolutely. We don't work for free. I don't know anybody that likes that kind, and I certainly don't. I learned that lesson about 15 years ago, 18 years ago. I went to a seminar and found that the majority of companies are charging hourly, and they're not even charging by the bush, or they charge by the storm. You know, if you have a 6 or 8 inch storm, then it's a certain amount. Problem is when you start running into places that are, I lack of a better term, crybabies. They call you every 2 hours because their parking lot has an inch of snow on it. I don't really have anybody like that. I have over the years, especially places that don't allow salt or don't want salt. They don't want to pay for it. You know, you come in at 6 in the morning, and at 7:30 when the property manager gets up to go out and get his coffee and his morning paper, and there's 2 inches of snow on the ground, they bitch because they say you didn't do your job. Well, we don't camp out on the job site and wait for it to snow. We plow with the storm. Unfortunately, today there wasn't much plowing with the storm. We got a couple places done before it really hammered down, and then those places ended up getting replowed. But it all takes time and money. So hopefully our brothers in the south are done with their little weather escapade that they've been having. I know I talked to my buddy Cecil, 6711, the other night on Mumble, and their snow was just about gone. So they had fit some 50-degree weather. He said it was shorts and t-shirts type of weather. Getting tongue-tied here. I'm really glad I moved this bunch of snow back with a skid steer the other day, because it made it nice. I didn't have to worry about where the hell I was going to put it. And we got it. It never fails. Just when you think, oh, it's going to warm up, it's going to melt, then you get a snow like this, and these are typical late February, early March snows. We haven't really had what I would call a typical winter in about 2 or 3 years. It's been awfully warm. Last winter we had almost no snow. Need a break. I need to go find me some sunshine somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't have a backup plan for somebody to plow snow at the moment. But if I had a week of forecasted decent weather, I'd probably get the hell out of here right about now. I was already trying to figure out how I could schedule a 3 or 4 day trip to Florida, hang out for a little bit, get out of this. This stuff's bad shit crazy. But we're getting paid, so can't bitch too much. Alright, fellas, that's it for today. I'll catch you later.